Hello, Internet. No surprise. Let's kill the camera. Successful indie author 5 minutes. This episode 268, the importance of craft. In order for your business to flourish, you have to have a great product a great product to sell. That means you got to write a good book, better than average. Now, the good news is average is fairly low when it comes to writing books. And this is from a reader's perspective. So you've got to tailor your book. You've got to write a better book than average. It's not that hard. It helps by studying craft. You can train. If you get feedback on your stories, you can work on the flow, you can work on the narrative, you can work on all those things that will help your book be better. One of the best things you can do is to be a professional is study. By study, I mean read books in that genre. And some people claim, well, my genre is unique. I question that claim because all genres are mashups of other genres. Very few of them, especially now, because everything has been done before, but it hasn't been done by you. You have a different take on certain things, but it still will fall within a main genre where other people have written books. Read those books. Read them, study them, understand the flow, the highs and the lows, the peaks and the ebbs, and how it keeps the reader engaged. And what are those elements? What is the main plot? What are the side plots? What are the subplots? What do you attach to? Do you love that main character, or is the antagonist questionable? Like, is he an antagonist or not? And these are the antagonists because you have some relatability with them. That's what good craft looks like. See it and then write in your book. When you read your book, does it drag? Does it go ad nauseum on a description that doesn't really help the plot, but it's just interesting? Don't write things because they're interesting. Write things because they help move the plot forward. Write things because they help people understand the characters, to make them more relatable, to embrace them, to move forward with the story. This is the craft, and we rarely talk about that because we assume that people can write a good book, but not so much. Some people have a problem with this because they haven't studied it. It's like, hey, I always wanted to write a book, and you write a book. That's how I started my first one. But I had already read thousands of books, so I wrote it. And yes, I could have done a lot better with that first book if I had gone back and spent 3 weeks just reading post-apocalyptic survivalist books and say, okay, here are the elements that I need to touch. I got lucky. So that luck isn't a way to run your business. Hope is not a good plan. So you have to take better control, take charge of your business, study, become a professional, and get that book out there that's better than the average. It's not going to be as good as the people the authors you love, the authors you've grown up with, just because don't compare your first year in high school, your freshman year, to somebody's doctorate. You can't compare. You have to get up there and work your way up and develop that level of professionalism, that level of craft that then stand out. And you may have gifts. You've seen the kids. I saw a drawing by a 14-year-old that was exceptional. But how do you shape colors? How do you go beyond this? And that's more training. It's not just a natural ability. It's also the desire and the work to get better at it. I believe everybody is a storyteller at heart. Little kids, from the second they start talking, they're telling stories. So we're all storytellers at heart. But how do you get those down on paper and compel a reader to keep reading? Readers expect certain elements within genres, and every genre has key elements that they're looking for. Readers don't know it. So you ask them, hey, what key tropes are you looking for? They have no idea. They just understand. And this is where you got to go read it for yourself. And that's why authors don't necessarily make good readers, because they're reading with a different eye toward elements within the book. Authors understand that you're studying when you read, as opposed to just reading for pleasure. If you can turn off your study part, I cannot. But if you can turn off, good on you, and you're just reading from a reader's perspective to be entertained, great. I'm always looking for, oh man, I love that turn of phrase. I love that visual I love this for the scene. And then I go forth and try to write better. Your craft is your business. Those folks, you don't ever get to just, hey, I just want to write. People should love me because I write. No, they don't. They will love a story crafted that flows in a way that human readers embrace, that your readers out there will keep reading. And this is what you want. You want them to read this book. And then I love this. I want to read the next book too, because you engage them for the entire duration of your story. And even nonfiction, there's a way to convey thoughts and education to people. You can do that. That's craft. You have to study that. 2050K isn't about craft, but you need to study your craft, because that's part of being a professional, part of succeeding in this business. The big time authors, they're not lucky. They studied hard and they implemented what they knew, what they learned. All right. Hopefully that's enough. There we go. So he can give you the peace, fellow human sign, and everybody have a great day.